Boom. What is good?
Can't wait till I switch to the video.
Firing up this. I can't wait. We're firing up this mock. He was
We're already on.
pick.
We're doing it.
Christian McCaffrey was ready to go. Boom,
McCaffrey's
boom,
already
boom.
been picked.
Shots are fired.
Dalvin's off the board. I think that 1-2 is pretty easy. I mean, I guess you could make the argument for Kamara with Michael Thomas being hurt. But then you also have the quarterback turmoil over there, potential turmoil in New Orleans. So maybe Dalvin Cook's pretty easy to 1-2. I took him at 1-1 two or 3 weeks ago just because I got a bunch of McCaffrey and I wanted to see how it felt. Derrick Henry at 4.
Sure.
I gotta take a couple more guys before I take Derrick Henry.
What?
I don't
Why?
think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Ain't no way, man.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it.
I'm taking some people that's going to catch some passes.
Doesn't get any safer than Derrick Henry, man.
I think
So
it gets
safe.
a little safer.
Doesn't get any
It
safer.
definitely gets a little safer.
No way.
He just lost his offensive coordinator. Definitely gets a little
cares?
safer. Who cares? You might care.
They don't. It's not like they have a guy that's so good behind them.
It's not. Well, I didn't.
Can't
I mean, it's
wait
not
to
going
draft Derrick
Maybe they
Henry.
lost their offensive coordinator, and now they're going to throw him some more balls.
Maybe.
All the guy's done has been back-to-back rushing champion. Just going to get so much volume.
I'm not saying the volume won't be there.
Look-
Just maybe some of the efficiency of the offense, the red zone ridiculousness that the Titans
Fine.
have had the last 2 years.
Fine with taking Saquon and Zeke before him, I guess. I could be okay with him.
I don't know if I'd
After
take
that,
Saquon. I don't know if Saquon's the answer because I don't know. You know.
Yeah.
Maybe-
He's the most
He has
trustworthy
the-
guy out here besides Christian McCaffrey and Dalvin Cook.
Who?
Henry.
Got
I
to
don't know
break the
about that.
running back streak there, I guess.
I mean, I could. I don't know if I'd call Henry the safest. There's a lot of
He's
changes going on in
super
Tennessee.
safe. Super safe. The best change that went on.
But he doesn't catch any. He didn't catch any passes.
Who cares? He
I
still
care.
scores a ton of fantasy points.
Well, a ton is relative.
I mean, I don't have it in front of me right now because we're in 32nd pick and I'm back
Sure.
up. But
You back up. Oh, Devontae Adams. See, now you're talking. That's a guy that can go 30 a week. Camera's in the way, so I'm trying to see. So Saquon goes 8.
I'm gonna Green Bay Packer stack.
I love it.
Right off the rip.
Oh
Boom.
man, Aaron Jones is easily a first rounder now that Rodgers is solidified back in there. I love that Green Bay Packers stack, and you could easily take Rodgers in a couple of rounds to really round it out, or you don't have to. Just saying.
I'm gonna try to not take too many running backs this week. I'm gonna go. That might be my only one until a little bit.
My only one.
Until a little bit later.
I'm doing a Chief stack.
Ooh,
I like that.
Where you at?
he's right after me.
1-9.
Tyreek, Clyde. I like it. Same idea there. Same idea. There's nothing wrong with that.
I just happened to take what I thought was the next best players, and it happened to be those guys.
Boom.
What do you know?
Normally, the end of the first round doesn't look so fun, but all those that picks 9, 10, 11, 12 came out of that right there, ready to throw some haymakers. You
Derrick
got-
Henry's averaged 20 fantasy points and 20 fantasy points for the last 2 years. I mean, that he's been top 3 or top 5 for the back-to-back years. What more do you want?
Well,
Just
I mean,
steady dose of volume.
yeah, I mean his top numbers are there because he's not been hurt. So if that's studly of him to take all that
I
volume
want him
and
in
not get
Dynasty
hurt.
right now, but for redraft, I'm so safe. Safety.
Who are you guys talking about?
Still went back to Henry because I had a second to look
Yeah,
at the
give me
points.
Casey
Henry.
brought him back around.
Love it.
Brought him back
Give me the
around.
Henrys.
All right, so second round went Calvin Ridley, which I kind of like that. I was kind of hoping maybe I might see a Calvin Ridley coming back around, and double blue. But then Diggs, Aaron Jones, Clyde Edwards, holler at your boys. Sick offensive line. Get all the Clyde Edwards you can in redraft and Dynasty. It's ridiculous that he doesn't get more love. Nuke, Gibson, Kittle, Jefferson, Mahomes, DK Metcalf.
That
and
Mahomes, I just got to call
Najee.
that Mahomes got to be a misclick, huh?
Matt Cisco. He's
So, I don't not want Ridley on every possible team this year because he's probably going to absolutely smoke show it. But I can't take Ridley before I take Aaron Jones. Not in a 1-year scenario. Rodgers is back.
well. I didn't think Aaron Jones would be there either.
Well, for sure, but you were, yeah, exactly. All right, I see what you're saying because you thought you were going to have a look at Ridley, but
I was coming into
Let's
this
say-
going, I'm going to try to get one anchor at running back and then not draft one for a while and start off with a lot of blue. But
right. Well, let's say Aaron Jones and Ridley were on the board for some reason, which they should not have been, and only one of them was. you don't. I couldn't pass on Aaron Jones. Just I know what
100% fine with that.
Ridley's probably if Matt Ryan stays healthy and Ridley stays healthy, Ridley's probably locked in as a top 5 receiver.
Y'all.
But
So we got 3 tight ends already off the board here in tight end premium. Waller's gone now. Now AJ Brown, Keenan Allen, Mixon, Swift. Swift back in action today, so that's exciting. Little A-Rob action for Lane Kiffin. Did you put the YouTube channel in the chat?
I did.
In this chat?
I believe so. Did I not?
I don't think so.
What a loser.
Keenan Allen sneaks up to 3-2, just averaging 17, 18 points a game for the last 3 years. Can't not do that.
Did you put it on the Patreons? Probably
I
not
did.
the link to this.
Not the link to the
to
show,
the
but
tubes.
for the sleeper. There goes Scary Terry.
A.J. Brown, DK Metcalf, and Justin Jefferson hangs around. So A.J. was the last one of those 3 taken, and he goes at 3-1. See, that's
Seems
why
like strong value there.
that's why
AJ Wayne, you're up.
Oh, right. Dang it. There goes Josh. J.K. Dobbins.
were you looking at Josh Allen and
I was looking at J.K. Dobbins.
Okay.
And then, boom, it was a snap.
Gotcha. I mean, just look at the cheating that's going on in the first pick of the draft. I was just talking about how 8, 9, and 10, or 9, 10, 11, 12. I didn't finish saying how Kelsey and Diggs and Austin Eckler and Calvin Ridley were fantastic starts, but McCaffrey, Waller, and Brown, I mean, you guys are playing for second place.
Do I got to take Kyle Pitts here? Just for
It's tough in redraft.
When it hit, if it hits, I mean, you're right there.
It's way too early in redraft. Get Logan Thomas later. Just take a guy you know will get you points. A bunch of points.
I couldn't do it. Darrell Henderson was
I
sitting
almost
around
took
there. He was
Darrell,
sitting around,
and I thought maybe he
had to take him. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Whoa.
I couldn't do it.
Henderson, that might be 7 rounds too early there,
No
Bub.
way.
What?
Henderson should be a second round pick.
I was hoping he'd make it back to me, but I didn't realize you were picking twice before I would pick again.
Henderson ain't getting past Casey.
I didn't want to do it. I came into this thinking lot of blue.
Haven't seen Godwin in the 3rd round. I don't think that's grabbing your boy there, and I can't hate it because I mean I think Tom Brady's going to be on pace for about 600 completions this year.
Oh, he meant to hit CD, so that was a bummer for JM.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, just in the
R.I.P.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on CD Lamb? And maybe are you scared of any Cowboys right now with maybe a little Dak? Is it?
What's the recent news with Dak?
He's last thing I heard was going in for another MRI.
Third one?
I'm not excited. A second one. What did we get? Did we get news on the second one?
Thought it was all good. I thought they showed good progress on the second one.
Take Julio or Pitts?
I thought the second one was a
Pitts.
Thought the second one was just a precaution, and then
First Pitts ever. All right.
First Pitts ever. We've made history tonight, folks.
That's not even real, but it feels real.
What were you saying, Jay? What were we talking about before?
I don't know. I'm on the clock. Amari Cooper? Is that who I should take?
Oh, the Dak shoulder. Jeez,
that's why I want to take Amari. Is it Shine? I got to take Amari, right?
Of course. Why not? Well, I mean, now you got Amari's ankle and you got Dak's shoulder. Oh boy, my teams are in turmoil, and it's not even September yet. I got so much Dak and Amari, and sometimes on the same team, and them boys are beat up.
Why is Julio falling here? What are your thoughts on that? You got to take Julio before Cooper Kupp or no?
Yeah. Yeah.
And Bobby?
Cooper Kupp's been a little banged up too, so I got to give the nod to Julio.
Yeah. Julio, I mean, I had a real hard time when I was looking at Darrell Henderson, I was like, I want to take a receiver here because I want to take Blue because I want to see how my team feels and get another running back a little later, work on those mid-round running backs. But Darrell was around, and I was like, should I just take Julio?
Glad you just brought that up. I need to get something off my chest, boys. I've seen this stuff on Twitter about the running back dead zone. Everybody's heard it on different podcasts. This thing drains me. If somebody says something about the running back dead zone and Clyde Edwards-Helaire is on the board, you're not in the freaking dead zone yet.
Right.
Okay.
And it's the dry zone. Get it fucking right.
Don't be giving me this. Well, I was in the dry zone. I was in the dead zone, and I was looking at Clyde Edwards, but I knew I needed to get what? You're not in the back. You're good. If Clyde Edwards is on the board, You're not in any zone.
Yeah.
Okay? Just take
I saw
him.
a tweet the other day
Put
that
somebody
was like,
else
can we
in
just
the
admit
zone.
that Clyde Edwards is maybe just a jag? And I'm like, what? Why are we admitting that? I was like, did I miss something? Was he bad in the preseason?
We'll figure out a line in the sand tonight before the zone pops up.
We did that in Dynasty already, and
Right.
like,
But in redraft,
all Clyde Edwards-Helaire has done is gotten literally a second year in the league, so he's got more
1 year.
time,
1
and
year.
then he has a absolutely insane offensive line now. Like, the ridiculousness of that offensive line for that team is obnoxious. Like,
and he got no targets, and
and
he's a
nobody
pass
talks
catcher.
about it.
He got
Nobody
no targets, and he's a pass
Right.
catcher. So anyway,
Right.
I just had to get that off my chest.
and he breaks 1 million tackles.
Been waiting on that one. Can't take any more dead zone, dry zone.
The dry
wet
zone is after Chris Carson.
Whatever bad zone you want to call.
Chris Carson's gone, you're in the dry zone.
Right.
Now
And-
here, Miles Sanders and Josh Jacobs usually in Dynasty. We're talking Dynasty typically.
Okay.
This is redraft here. What do you think about that Hawk 4.9 there? That Hawkinson 4.9.
Well, you said it was tight end premium, so I get it. I just, I guess in like a redraft league, you get one stab at this thing, and then you're drafting again next year. So I don't mind pushing Hawkinson up a little bit if this is an actual like 1.5 tight end.
Ah,
Ooh,
Jason Farrell. What a rat think.
boy, oh boy. So the pick 1-3 there's got Kamara, DK Metcalf, Joe Mixon, Josh Jacobs, and Ayuk. If he drafts his team correctly, Josh Jacobs could be sitting on his bench until needed. Supposedly at this point he's not getting suspended. Everything's cool.
No,
from the
he's
car
fine.
wreck?
We're way past that.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're way past that.
Yeah.
We're
good.
If you got Josh Jacobs as your third running back, you've done something right. Obviously, when the season gets here, you need Joe Mixon to be healthy, and that's the catch.
The rub.
That's the rub.
He's a rub. You gonna take Kareem? Is that what you're gonna do here?
I do need a running back. I could take T or Juju. So dry.
Nice. Just get dry on you.
So
Did
dry.
it just dry up on you?
I wanted to take T and Juju.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Casey's on his way. Got him some tea.
JMW, what are you gonna do? Click the wrong button for me again, bud.
Javante.
Oh man, Javante, I thought
Melvin's
pretty
dinged
decent.
up.
Melvin a little groin. Javante.
Melvin's also mad he didn't participate in any off-season things and stuff. Like, how can you be mad they took a running back? You're on the last year of your deal, and you're a little bit old for a running back.
Melvin gets no respect.
That's true. He hasn't ever. He got $10 million a year. He should have taken from the Chargers. He'd still be there.
Maybe.
Blew it.
Maybe.
Fant.
Lev Bell blew it too, man. Boy should have just taken some deals. Stayed
Yeah,
in there.
that was definitely the worst running back. He was trying to set a precedent, though. So, like, the rest of them all should chip in a GoFundMe and all throw him a couple hundo thou.
Jump
and
in his
Yeah.
OnlyFans.
Toss a couple his way for sure.
Lev Bell definitely has an OnlyFans.
a couple of ducats his way.
See, we got to see who gets drafted. I don't have the board in front of me.
Man.
All right, so here we go. We got
Who's
Judy,
available?
Sutton.
Who got passed on for
Juju.
Fant right there? Claypool. Obviously, Claypool has a scare 2 days ago.
Oh, there goes
down
Claypool. So I'm
in
going to
a
take
pile.
Juju or Cortland. You got to take Juju, not coming off the injury.
No, you
in
should
redraft,
take Cortland.
right?
Damn it. It's clearly you should take Juju.
Jay with the reverse psychology.
What
Yeah.
should I do? I don't know what to do here. I guess I could take a quarterback now.
Got to take Claypool over Fant.
I also saw somebody the other day saying, don't take Debo in the 6th or 7th round and wait 5 rounds and get Rondell Moore. I'm like,
Take them both.
you could take them both, or like, are you
Who's getting Rondell in the 11th?
first? Well, in redraft,
Okay.
and I mean in Dynasty, I don't know where he's going. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know which league he was talking about. But I'm thinking to myself, like, why are we waiting? Like you, so you think that Rondell Moore is going to get the same kind of usage that Debo Samuel's going to get if Debo makes it through the season? You're fucking high, Bo. Debo's about to just when Debo's on the field. He just slings that rod around. I almost didn't even want to bring up that because I knew you were going to. I thought maybe Debo could sneak back around. Would you take Debo or Juju?
Debo.
Yeah, probably, huh? Debo's getting disrespected. This is the only time when
So
Debo's
is
up
Juju.
there.
There's
for sure, 100%.
I mean, when Juju had a strong finish to the season last year when he got right, but I mean, like you said, when Debo is right, he's up. He's a second tier receiver. I mean, he's not. He's
home run
he's
hit
no
those
Devontae Adams.
Scheme fits for those wide
Right.
receivers.
He's no Devontae Adams, but when Debo's healthy, he's going to be right there in the second tier of those points
And
per game.
I agree with you. The style of play between the two players, Rondale Moore and Debo Samuel, like I liken those two to each other a little bit there. But you know, Rondale hasn't stayed healthy either, and Debo's built like a Mack truck.
True. I like that Kyler Murray in the 6th round, though. I mean, dang. I like that Kyler Murray in the 6th round.
After that Debo pick, it kind of fell off a little bit. I thought about quarterback, but then I was like, Debo. And you guys were talking about him, and I was on the last second. It said time's up, and I clicked it, and it still gave me that extra second. It's like when it hits 0, but you still have a second left.
Last week I got autoed, and then it switched back because I clicked the button at the same time.
I rewatched it. You just sat there as your pick expired. I rewatched it.
I'm saying I think it froze is what JMW, like when I was on there, it skipped over it.
I'm telling you,
I'm telling you that I was right fucking there. Like you can watch it on there, and it probably does count down. But on my screen, it was fucking frozen. It just skipped over me, and that's what JMW was like. I'm pretty sure it just froze and skipped you.
I thought you were talking during your pick, and then the way you reacted to it would yield differently. But then I watched it, and you were talking during
I was
your
away
pick.
from it. We were way over here, and then all of a sudden it was past me.
Can't pull over any farther.
But that's not the pick I was talking about. I got down to 0 on somebody and then clicked him, and it went.
You get 1 extra second.
It went from an auto to you saw the block change. So
you get 1 extra second, even when it says time's up.
Little Goddard action there.
Don't hate it.
Well, we got Zach Ertz still in the field for the Eagles, so that's an issue for the Goddard
Well,
guys.
what's up with that hair? That's the first time it made me not want to defend Zach Ertz. He's got bleach blonde, slim shady.
I ain't got time to worry about nobody's hairdo right now. The
Brandon
Kyler
Cooks
Murray
in the 7th. You don't see that often. I like it though.
The Kyler Murray quarterback in the 6th round starts a little run. So that's another feather in the dude's cap because I mean I think once you get past, obviously I hope Prescott's shoulder's fine, but Russell Wilson looks like a little tear break there, given questionable. I mean, what if he misses a couple games? What if he's not ready to roll? Or what if he just comes out there and hands it off for?
Well, I think that is absolutely what's going to happen for at least
know.
the first 2-3 games is that they're about to pound the dog piss out of the football.
Oh, well, I mean, why wouldn't they? But I mean, first, I think they start out with the Bucks, so you got maybe the top 2 or 3 defense in the league.
Might just have to take that L.
Yeah, you might just have to take that ass whooping and just come on to week 2. Last thing you want to you got to protect Prescott at all costs week 1. You got to get him out of that. You got to get him out of that Bucks game unscathed
without dying.
Exactly.
Little Robbie Anderson's scoop up.
So
there.
Cortland made it almost all the way back around to you.
Yeah, I was really excited about that, but didn't quite pan out.
Solid.
We're gonna go ahead and grab Visca here. We missed out on Debo. We'll grab a guy who could have a potential role like a Debo Samuel, a little running back, run after the catch.
It sure looked like Marvin Jones is the guy to get in that
big
wide receiver room the other night.
Pounder.
Definitely.
I don't think I could take Visca this early looking at Marvin Jones the other day.
I mean, we don't. It's preseason. It's fine to
overreact.
It's fine to have a little safety valve in Marv, but we can check it down to Laviska Shenault too, and have him.
Taking Robbie Anderson right before you take Visca made me feel real good about that Robbie Anderson pick. I feel so much better about Robbie Anderson than I do Visca in a redraft. Visca, I want some Visca in Dynasty. I don't have any Visca. Visca's fun.
Antonio Brown gets higher every week.
Yeah, because he's smoking.
He got kicked out of practice today.
Yeah, he did. Start ripping helmets off.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
He's back to AB things?
Man, well, I mean that's football stuff right there. But he's gotten a lot harder for me to get him in my redraft leagues.
T-Law.
I like that.
Packer stack.
Casey he's got him surrounded. He's got him surrounded.
Big Bob Tunyon, Big Bobby T. Let's go.
Oh, it's back to me. You took Bobby T over Logan?
Yeah, you're gonna give me 1 year. You're gonna give me Aaron Rodgers or
Fitzpatrick.
I'm gonna take Aaron Rodgers 100% of the time, every time.
All right. Well, I'm happy to take Logan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with taking Logan Thomas 100%.
like
but that was
Oh man, I saw a tweet the other day. It said Odell Beckham in the X round or whatever pick feels like a deal and a trap at the same time. And I was like, I feel you, because it seems like there's no way that he won't pay double what you just paid for him right there. But at the same time, it's like, is it going to be there?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a conundrum.
If the light switch is turned off, what'd you do? You burn a 7th rounder. Like a couple weeks ago in here, I took a late 8th or 9th round on David Johnson and was like, look at there, boys. I just swung for the fences, and if I miss, whatever, and I could get a ton of passes. And then all of a sudden, week 1 of preseason, Philip Lindsay's the guy, and David Johnson's like, sucks right now. You know what I mean? If he didn't say that, maybe they're saving his old behind to help him win. But then it said on the other hand, the whole organization knows they're going to lose. So why would we want to take this 30-something-year-old running back when we can bring in a little bit younger guy who maybe he might be here for the next 3 years, where we know David Johnson's probably not going to lose every game.
Yeah, I think he was more saying about that this is going to be a pretty big rotation.
Well, they asked him about what it felt like not having to seed carries and not be the main guy, and he said it was a bummer.
Right, bummer.
But it's better for the team overall if they spread it around.
That's what he said. I didn't see that part. Yeah. But anyway, you take your lumps, like if you're drafting best balls throughout the summer. Well, you have a team with this guy on it, and you took him in the 8th round. News changes, and now he's a 12th rounder.
I mean,
or now all the Darrell Henderson stock that you bought last month before Akers got hurt in all these leagues. He's up 7 rounds.
7, might be more.
Well, he was a 10th rounder in our book, and now he's in the 3rd, so that's 7 if I do some quick math.
Yeah, and I mean, just because Philip Lindsay got some run in the preseason, it's like, why do we need to give David Johnson any run in the preseason? We're fine.
True.
Like, it doesn't mean anything.
True.
Like,
they know what they have in him.
It means enough that it means enough that I would let.
Everybody knew that.
Let another round or two go before I took him.
That you brought Melvin Ingram, you brought Philip Lindsay in, and you had David Johnson. So like, there's no way
Mark
you weren't.
Ingram.
There's Mark Ingram. There's no way you weren't going to have a rotation there. With those are 3 guys who have all been starters.
Right.
It's not like you brought in 2 other backups.
Yeah. Yep. So
I mean, that's gonna be a tough situation, and you're probably just gonna be waiting for somebody to get hurt. And then I've watched some video of Mark Ingram. He looks pretty spry right now. Like,
interesting. I like that Will Fuller, Corey Davis back-to-back, because on one hand you got Corey Davis, who got
getting peppered
when he's in there, and then you got Will Fuller, who is
undisclosed,
yet to be seen in the Miami's uniform, and he could be he could be 3 catches for 150 yards and 3 touchdowns, or he could be hard to start. He could be obviously everybody knows Will Fuller's the best ball pick in the world, but
he's going to be suspended for a game or 2 to start.
One. He still got is it 1 left over?
I believe it's 1.
He's got 1 left over.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an interesting pairing there, but to see 2 guys go back to back. One of them is the team's number 1 receiver by far, and the other one is the team's best receiver. But I don't know if he'll get the volume to look like a number 1 receiver. But it'll be I hope he does. There's no reason for Will Fuller not to catch a ton of balls if he's on the field and healthy, because he was crushing last year before he got suspended.
Yeah, I mean, he was a wide receiver 1. That's all you need to know.
That's all you need to know. There goes David in the mid-9s. So
David, Drake, Melvin, David's Johnson's.
Irv Smith, huh? What's going on over there? Is Irv Smith gonna catch some balls?
Been getting some positive vibes. Positive blurbs.
And the backups hurt. And
Is Jonnu my Smith or is it going to be Irv? I think Jonnu might be my Smith.
I want
give me Jonnu.
I want
for sure.
Jonnu. He's cheaper.
That's what I was about to say. It'd be interesting to see how much farther Jonnu is right now with Hunter Henry's. Hunter Henry's banged up already, and if Jonnu is anywhere close to Irv, I'm taking Jonnu anyway. But then you get a couple. It might be a round or 2 or 3 difference here.
I don't know what to do here.
Ooh, Mike
Didn't even-
Dubb, huh? All right. I see you, Playboy. Oh, woo.
Herbert said they got to give him the ball more. I liked hearing that.
I'm gonna take a stab on
Tigers.
Hollywood here.
Recently, I just passed on the
Take a stab on
Hollywood.
some Hollywood.
A good chance to draft Hollywood in a best ball because he's got that injury. So it'll be interesting to see.
I'm gonna come back
A speedster
around.
like him to see how
With
long
Ruggs.
before he's right.
I'm gonna have the I'm gonna have the option of Connor, Singletary, Gus Edwards, Pollard. Like I can snag a guy here, but
Are you still just one running back?
I got 2.
Okay.
I took Darryl.
I only have 2
That's
as
right,
well,
that's right.
and one of them's Kareem Hunt, so it's dicey.
Ruggs. Little
I was
stab
really
in the
hoping
dark
Zach
there.
Moss would fall to me, and then he got taken by the Mueller. The Mueller? It's got to be
Gus?
the Mueller.
Gus Edwards. You got to take the Gus bus here.
Don't hate it. I mean, you know what the team wants to do. You would imagine that they're focusing on Dobbins, but Gus got a paycheck, though. Gus got a paycheck, and it might be,
Ooh, Mooney.
Yep.
you think about and
Little show of hand there. Oh, what am I doing over here? What am I doing over here? Mooney. Mooney's over here.
think about how good of a franchise the Ravens are. And for running backs, it looked like Gus Edwards got a ton of money. For a football player on an NFL team, he didn't get a ton of money. You need to make the playoffs. Your quarterback's not been extended yet, and he's not paid yet. So this year you can pay really whoever you want, however much you want. You got to win. You're going to pound the rock, and Gus is there, and he's a beast, and he knows the system, and nobody's coming in full service blitz against Gus Edwards.
No, and Gus has standalone value too.
That's what I'm saying. But I mean, from a team perspective for the Ravens, just because they paid him all that money doesn't necessarily. He could be. We want to win this year insurance. I don't think just because they paid him all that money that he's going to have as a crushing of effect on Dobbins as some people make it out to be. But he's obviously going to be plenty of vulturist. He's going to have plenty of vulture tendencies, but I don't think it's going to be like straight, hey, 50-50. Dobbins is still a superstar. If Dobbins slips or, if there's an ankle sprain or anything at all that could go wrong with Dobbins, they're like, hey, we know that we could lean on the bus if we need to. I'm just making up stuff for the Ravens. I'm creating the Ravens rhetoric in my head right now.
Games that Mark Ingram had 1 or less carries, Gus Edwards had 10 points in every game except for the one Lamar didn't play in.
Fantasy
year.
points.
Yeah.
And that's a good base. I mean, that's a solid. Oh crap, my team's in trouble. I need an RB2. Plug in Gus Edwards, get 10 points. I mean, can't hate that.
It's just good insurance. I think.
Yeah.
I don't think they want to give all of the work to one guy.
There's too much work for one guy. There's
right.
They're gonna run it more than they throw it. So that and by NFL standards, that's a ton of running these days. And for 2021, that's a lot of handoffs.
Now, it could be a misquote by me, but I've read that somewhere at some point that he was very good with in lieu of
No, I think you
Mark Andrews or Mark Ingram not having.
I think that's pretty accurate recall of the stat there. I think I saw the same thing.
So there goes Gus. Either way, it's a nice, if you can, Dylan and Moss, and Drakes, if you can take those guys in these rounds, you can certainly take Gus Edwards. He has just as good a chance to have standalone value as any of those guys. Actually, Melvin probably has the best chance to lead the deal here. But
Melvin,
little
Melvin
Phil
who?
Lindsay, little Gus Edwards, Phil Lindsay. I like that.
Melvin
I like
Ingram
that.
has the best chance.
Melvin Gordon.
Melvin Gordon. Oh, Melvin Gordon. Okay.
I like that Phil Linds right there. Little Phil Linds, Gus Edwards.
Yeah,
Took
that's
a
a
stab,
good little
took a
back to
stab.
back there.
Could get Ingram in the 20th.
You scroll up, Jay, and see what the picks who else he has on this
I
team.
don't know if he can scroll up.
Okay.
So Tony Pollard just went.
Okay.
Clock's running.
Little Dalvin Cook, Najee Harris.
Zeke owner got
three
Tony
good wide receivers in a row, and then he gets Sermon and Herbert, so he's got his starting lineup, and then he's just kind of coming down. Davis is another one. Runs with Irv, and then he goes Gus Edwards, Phillip Lindsay. Heavy on the running backs there, but I don't hate it.
Don't hate it?
Mm-mm.
You mean you love it?
I mean, if Phillip Lindsay's the 1A, you got to love it. When mid-season, you're going to probably love it. But
there are some decent wide receivers right now to be taking. That's why I don't have what two running backs, because it's just like all the running backs I want are gone. I could take Kenneth Gainwell. That's no fun. I'd rather take Marvin Jones or Rondale Moore.
Bo, you better be taking Marvin Jones over Kenneth Gainwell.
Ow!
I was taking Kenneth Gainwell the whole way over Marvin Jones.
No
Fuck
way.
what you heard. Let me
way.
get Kenny Gainwell.
No way.
Points in the paint.
Let me get that Marvin Jones, bro.
Points in the paint.
I'll take Kenny G.
Marvin Jones all day.
Marvin Jones, first of all, most likely isn't going in the 11th round for just about anybody else.
I don't know. But why not?
I'll take, because
Why not?
I don't think we've done a single one of these drafts where Marvin Jones pops up. It's very possible that hasn't happened.
Too early or too late?
What do you mean?
He's saying
Marvin
too
Jones.
late.
You're saying that's too late. Okay. Let me find
Am I saying what's too late?
for
Taking
Marvin
Marvin
Jones.
Jones.
Where
He's
are you?
saying it's too early to take Marvin Jones.
I'm not saying, I'm not. I'm just saying, like, I don't think he's been up that high
Before this.
before this.
Yeah, last week he went 12-6, and now he just goes where? 11-9. So a half a round bump from week 1 preseason action for Marvin Jones.
And, I've taken a whole bunch of receivers here. I got 5-6 receivers, and I had 2 running backs. So, yeah, I'm absolutely going to take Kenny Gainwell there. Like, it's a no-brainer. Like, he could be the 1A in that committee right there, and he's got so much skill. He could catch a whole bunch of passes.
Kenny Gainwell just went to 1A?
He could
What
be.
happened to Miles Sanders?
I mean, I don't know. They don't like Miles Sanders, apparently. It's just been nothing but slander. Nothing but slander.
Newsflash. Eagles hate Miles Sanders.
Nothing but slanders. I mean, I could be
They
starting.
do sound like they hate Miles
I could be
Sanders.
starting Pitts and Tunyon every week. If Pitts is crushing, then I could be pulling Pitts and Tunyon in there. But Tunyon was a top 24 receiver last year, basically, in tight end premium.
There's Jonnu.
I took Henry over Johnny this time. I don't know why.
Just-
So you
They're
got
both
2.5 round break between the Smiths, huh? Yeah, I gotta go Jonnu. I mean, maybe Irv crushes. I don't know.
I mean, Irv should be. You should be excited to take Irv there. It just seems like he should get more of a chunk of that offense because there isn't a whole lot to go around. Like, there's not a whole bunch of people eating over there. So, like, it sounds great, but I just don't know if it's going to materialize. So I've said it a million. Like, I'm probably going to miss out on Irv Smith and have to buy him more expensive next year.
Well,
because I do like the player.
Yeah, everybody was in on the real cheap Irv Smith, and now he gets his chance. Rudolph's gone, and coach comes out and says he ain't doing nothing extra, but you got to give him a bump because there's no other pass catchers over there.
If the coach wouldn't have said that,
Yeah. All the coach had to say was Irv's going to be good in this offense, or it's Irv's time, or
nothing about Irv at all.
Yeah.
And he'd be like a round or two higher probably right now.
Agreed.
Coach just coming out and tanking his ADP for no reason.
Coach is buying cheap Irv Smith in the
He's
draft.
playing fantasy.
No doubt.
And
Zimmer's all drunk up.
go back to that Gainwell pick. Yeah, I'm gonna take Gainwell every time. There's so many receivers out here still that I can buy. So many receivers out here.
Well, like I said, I don't see the player list in front of me, but what other running backs are on the board?
None. McKissick, Madison, Chuba,
I'll take a McKissick.
Devontae Booker, Tevin Coleman, Penny.
Gio.
Redraft 1 year, give me McKissick over Gainwell all day.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely not. You think McKissick's going to see the same volume he saw last year in the pass game? No fucking way.
He could drop a ton, and we don't even know if Gainwell's going to be on the field.
Gainwell will absolutely be on the field.
We shall see.
Gainwell will be on the field.
You know something I don't?
He kept
You got
Gibson
a
off the
direct
field
line?
in
You got a
college.
direct line to
That's the
the
best
old,
argument I ever
to
heard.
the Eagles?
He's
you
too good.
texting with the coaches?
He's too good, too talented.
Texting with the coaches?
Just keeps just climbing the ladder, Bo. Just climbing that ladder. McKissick, out of here.
Get rid of him. I was hoping he was cut, but he never got cut.
No, he didn't get cut, and all he did was make it for all 3 third down runs with the first team of the Redskins in the first week of the preseason.
Cool. It's the preseason, and Antonio Gibson.
Cool.
And Antonio Gibson has a toe that they're trying to not fuck up.
Cool.
Who gives a fuck what Jerick McKissic's doing in the preseason?
Well,
They didn't play Gibson on a single passing snap. That means he's no good.
We could back McKissick's usage down last year from a long way and still may not reach it to the old 1A in Fiddly. Gainwell got anointed by Casey over here. Man, I can't wait for football season. This is gonna be so much fun.
I don't know why you wouldn't be taking the shot on Gainwell. Like, why not? What other run? Like, okay, McKissick. Okay, there's one. That was one. That was one out of like 10 of them we just named.
Who should I take? I guess I need a running back.
The only running back that popped up since Gainwell went off the board.
It's because there isn't anybody that anybody wants right now in the 12th, 13th round.
Well, that's what you were saying. There was nobody else available.
I like that Geo pick.
That's good, late
My
Geo.
third running back.
Geo's your 3?
Yeah. Kareem's my 2.
Oh, boy.
But I can flex a tight end. Flex Logan Thomas as my wide receiver 3 and put Henry in the regular tight end spot.
So Robbie Anderson's your 2? Your wide receiver 2?
Oh no! I have wide receivers.
Oh, you just said you're flexing in Logan Thomas as your wide receiver 3.
Well, in tight end premium, Logan Thomas, I got to flex him for sure. I can't. I mean, I guess I could put him in my tight end spot, not play Henry at all. Let's see. What did I do? I got Tyreek, Mike Evans, Amari Cooper. So Debo's the 4.
Oh, Robbie Anderson's your 5.
Yeah,
I like that.
Right. That's
Obviously.
I didn't have any running backs, so
Right.
I had to have gotten something else right.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, Hunt's solid RB2.
Yeah. For going light on the RBs.
For light on the RBs, that's real good. Yeah.
Great standalone value, strong upside for something, God forbid, were to have to Nick Chug. Nip.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
Right. Let's go Niners. What's up, Wild Drummond? Says he thinks John Smokey Brown will have a big season in Oakland.
It's very possible. Decent best ball player.
Could happen.
I'm leaning Brian Edwards, I guess.
Well, you should be to start with. I mean, the odds are it's going to be Brian Edwards. But, I mean, John Brown is a legit receiver, even though he's aging. John Brown can play ball.
He does win down the field, which is where Derek Carr doesn't really want to go.
Well, you said, but Nelson Aguilar did plenty of winning down there last year. And
Crushed for Nelson Aguilar.
Probably because nobody thought Derek would actually make the pass. Nobody probably thought he'd even throw it. Casey hadn't said nothing. What's he been on the clock? Scroll back down, Jay.
We're done.
Yeah, we're done.
Oh, we're out of here.
I just been looking.
Done.
I just been looking.
Got it.
What you looking ass?
Was Ferk Daddy was the last pick in the draft. Good for him.
Which most drafts would be more than 13 rounds?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I took Kirk Cousins as my last pick, and it was like, well, I took Kirk, and then I would have went down and picked a Trey Lance or a Justin Fields potentially.
For sure.
And, moved on and kept it moving. And then I would have tried to grab Xavier Jones to back up my Hendo stock here. And then I'm feeling pretty good about this part of the squad that I've put together. I'm excited about it. Paris Campbell could have been one of my next picks. Which is, again, why I'm, fine with not taking Marvin Jones there and taking a shot on a Kenny Gainwell, who could be a very strong RB2 for anybody's team. But, yeah, then a little St. Brown stab. So you get 2 rookies back-to-back, and could just be a ton of PPR points between those 2 guys.
Yeah, I mean, we got St. Brown in that one league in the auction rookie draft, and man, it'd be nice if he came through and started catching his balls first year off the rip.
Looked very good in preseason. Moving around extremely well. Let's see what Jason Therrell did. Alvin Kamara, DK Metcalf, Mixon, Jacobs, Ayuk. So I like that start. Russell Wilson, then a little Goddard. Seemed like Jalen Hurts was really talking up the tight end group and went after the tight ends pretty heavy in that first series or 2 that he played in. So could be room for both guys to eat there. They have a rookie and basically Rager, who didn't play a whole lot last year,
Made that one-handed catch, though, in practice.
So they're not super deep at the receiver room there. So, it could be a full complement of tight ends and Kenny Gainwell. I mean, I don't know.
Well, it would make a lot of sense for him to be lighting up the tight ends, but I love how you snuck Kenny Gainwell in the back door there.
Then a little Will Fuller, which, I think, great boom or bust potential right there. Only thing that's probably going to stop Will Fuller would be himself. So,
yeah.
Or
Ostrin.
Could be
or
really
whatever.
strong.
Ostrogen.
Probably not taking.
What's the steroids?
Probably not taking Jared Cook there in round 13. I would have absolutely rather had Ferkser there.
Or your boy Komet, huh?
I don't have the players in front of me right now, so I can't tell you who else was there. But
the drum beat picks up for Parham.
Of course it does.
He's getting another boy. I'm not up to date today.
Let's see. Who
What do you
else
think
we
of that
got
team
here?
one over there?
Team one.
That's Alex, right?
McCaffrey, Waller, A.J. Brown. That's a strong start. Then Sanders and Travis Etienne. So could be some volatility in your second and third RB spot there, but both guys pretty electric. Miles Sanders should have a nice role carved out for him. I just don't like the way that he's been perceived by the new regime here.
They don't even send him Christmas cards.
Yeah. But he was out on the field today, and we saw a little bump with Jalen Hurt last year, and
Maybe he
was out
doesn't
on the
celebrate
field
Christmas.
out on the field this year, or this for that first this preseason game that just took place while we were on air, and had a couple carries, looked a little.
If Kenny Galladay pulls a Kenny Galladay, man, in the 6th round, he could be still at the draft.
Oh, for sure. I mean, Kenny G is another wild card, much like a Will Fuller.
Big wild card,
but a more dominant wide receiver one than Will Fuller. Not to take Will Fuller was absolutely in the wide receiver one category points wise last year, but then he just took another bomb on Dak. That could be huge. Might be a slow start. So he got Tannehill down there, which stabbed me right in the heart. Didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I'm not trying to have 2 quarterbacks by the 10th round.
I don't really want to have 2 quarterbacks
in a redraft
either,
league. And I say that in a because I mean, if this is Dynasty and you could be like, hey, look at these 2 quarterbacks that I really love, I can see. That's not the way I would play it anyway. But in a 1 quarterback redraft league, I'm not trying to have 2 in the top 10.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to do that, but I could at least understand it with feeling
backing
a little
up
wary
Dak.
of Dak.
I get it. But that's exactly. But the thing is, I mean, you could if you need to be if you could wait 3 or 4 rounds. Man, the last quarterback I could see get drafted right there is Kirk Cousins. I mean, if Dak's hurt,
Why won't Sleeper let you see the players that didn't get drafted?
So dumb.
Yeah.
So dumb. And then we couple more. There's a couple 2 QB kind of guys in here. Jason Therrell took Hurts and Wilson. I guess Tannehill and Hurts, the running kind of quarterback style, could be a tradable asset in redraft. Somebody gets their quarterback hurt or just isn't having any luck with him.
Tannehill doesn't get any respect.
So when he's scoring fantasy points and you can send somebody a circle around how many fantasy points he's scoring each week.
You have to circle it because they don't care.
But I mean, since I forget what the stat was. Damn, I wish I could have remembered it. But since coming in, I think Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson have a better touchdown to interception ratio or I forget what it was, but just something ridiculous with a ridiculous amount of points scored for Tannehill.
Nobody's been more efficient with.
Got a little Mahomes Stafford for Cisco. Don't love that. Also, these guys taking the Tannehills and the Staffords and the Hurts and are really killing me because I'm just gonna wait and take one of those guys. It's like I don't know if you thought you were sticking it to me, but I'll just take Kirk and wait until somebody else drops another player that I like, and Kirk's probably gonna be just fine for my team. What do you guys like? Seems like the running quarterback can be an advantage, and of course Lamar, Kyler,
Josh
Allen, all those. But it's like now all of a sudden there's like 10. There's like 10 running quarterbacks. Like, is it
Hurts, Lance?
Is it just becoming that maybe
Fields.
even like not as much, and you got Trey Lance and Fields now, like waiting in the wings of being running around quarterbacks. Tannehill's a runner. It's like,
is it going to Trevor?
Are we losing the
running
quarterback advantage here? Russell and A-Rod, as they've gone further and further into their career,
do less running,
move less running, but Russell's so dynamic with moving around.
Mm-hmm.
And you have Brady, but Herbert can move and T-Law can move. Mm-hmm. So a little different than those guys, but both of those guys, Herbert and T-Law, can have the Andrew Luck kind of hidden yardage. A-Rod back in the day, hidden, both athletic dudes that can run and are built, big-bodied. So, do you think that that's something that, when the Matt Ryans, I mean, you got Burrow in there and
well, the thing
he can run too.
To me,
true.
The top two guys being right now without seeing
you want the top?
If it's Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray, like Kyler Murray before he hurt his shoulder, he was averaging.
Allen.
Well, rushing touchdowns, but like as part, Kyler Murray was averaging like 65 rushing yards a game. Like that was his when he was rolling last year.
I don't think they could win a game if he ran for less than 80 yards or 60 yards. I don't think they won a game if he didn't.
Before he hurt his shoulder, he was on as a fantasy, and it kind of tells you how badass Dak was, because before Dak got hurt, he was a QB1, but he only made it 5 weeks. Kyler Murray made it, like 9 weeks or something like that before he hurt his shoulder. Continued to play, but it wasn't the same Kyler Murray. But before he hurt his shoulder, his points per game was better than the year before's Lamar Jackson's MVP, the best points per game fantasy quarterback we had ever seen for a year. And Kyler Murray was a little better than that because of all of his running. And he just was out there dicing him up. And then all of a sudden he's so small, but he was still getting the rushing touchdowns, which would keep him there and a little better than Lamar, because we know Lamar was busting off those long runs his MVP year. Like, Herbert will move. Herbert's still young and he's, very athletic. Tannehill's going to continue to get older, and he's sneaky good to run it in the end zone from 6 yards out, but he's not out there like busting off 50-yard runs, running by anybody. He's still athletic, but, like you said, he's not 22 years old anymore. But like that Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray ceiling that those kind of guys give you, Patrick Mahomes just gives you that I can give you 4 or 5 passing touchdowns any week, so and he's just, for the last 3 years, he's been the most consistently best points per game quarterback in the league, because he hasn't had, Lamar had the down year last year, which was still decent, but he had had those dud games until they were like, hey, if we don't win, we're out of the playoffs. And then there was no more dud games because he was running. Yeah. Which is what I was saying a couple weeks ago. Lamar Jackson may be set up to have that Lamar Jackson season again, just because the Ravens were like, first of all, we hadn't given him $200 million guaranteed yet. And if he doesn't run, why do we want to wait until week 13 and have our backs against the wall? That's the second time this week on this show that I've made up my own rhetoric for what the Ravens are thinking. I did it for Gus Edwards, and I did it for, I don't know, Lamar Jackson might come out there and they might try to, continue to get better in the pocket. If I'm Harbaugh, I'm like, dude, just
they
run.
tried to surround him to make him, hopefully maybe they can get off
he does have better receivers.
So hard on the run.
He does have better receivers, but if I'm the Ravens, I'm like, man, just play your game. Play your game and get us to the playoffs.
You got 10 minutes before you get auto picked in the best ball draft that's going on right now, Big Co.
10 minutes, all right.
It's more than enough time to auto pick.
Yeah, I could auto pick 3 times in 10 minutes. What are you talking about? But you're right. I mean, that's a good observation, Casey. It's not like just there's 1 or 2 guys in the league anymore who can do that. 2, 3 guys just came in the league that can do that,
Yeah.
So we got a new batch of athletic quarterbacks with sky's the limit.
There's a couple in this
and that's not even including Zach Wilson, who does have mobility. But yeah, the running quarterback just gives you that floor, and then when the floor meets a couple of passing touchdowns, there's a ceiling that even like the Matt Ryan without Kyle Shanahan, he just can't get there. Matt Ryan might have 2 weeks this year that look like some of these running quarterbacks' normal weeks, because without.
Well, Matt Ryan was fine, and then Julio was in and out last year, and
fine, not great. Like that's
but a good late round quarterback that you for a few years. I mean, he wasn't the MVP without Kyle Shanahan, but he was definitely startable. And
I guess that's a different part of the argument. But what if you have Matt Ryan and 10 other guys are starting guys that are running the ball, you better have a really good line. I mean, if you didn't take a quarterback to the 18th round, you probably do have a good team. You didn't have to hit too many picks because you had 17 of them before you wasted any of them on a quarterback.
Yeah, so here's the top 10 quarterbacks scoring last year. I just Googled it, Fantasy Pros.
Points per game?
Just total points.
Okay, so you're not going to get Jalen Hurts or anybody like that. But if you click that.
It's mostly in average order as well. I mean, Jalen Hurts is probably down here somewhere. We can do that later.
Okay.
And we could do averages right after this. But Josh Allen, Kyler Murray, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson, Tannehill all have legs. Every single one of those top 7 guys have legs. Tommy,
he doesn't even count.
And then
he has legs.
Cheat code, doesn't need them.
Herbert and Lamar, those guys round out the top 10. Everybody on there except for Tommy has legs.
And Tommy even had a rough start to the season. That if you obviously you want to go points per game to see Jalen Hurts jump up in there, but if you cut that for the second half of the season or just post bye week for the Bucs, I bet Tommy's top 7. He might be top 6, top 5, just because he was dealing.
All right, so if you hit average points per game, Dak Prescott number 1.
Oh yeah,
27. So obviously mobile. Number 2, Mariota.
Oh, Mariota got in there.
One game with 26.44 points.
The minimum of games played is some sort of filter here.
I don't even see Jalen Hurts on here.
One game, Mariota.
How is Jalen Hurts not up here?
He might have a game where he came in at the very end tanking his average.
Let me see.
He did get pulled at some point.
Wentz got hurt, Wentz got pulled, and Hurts came in and this and that. And then the last game of the season, the same game of the season they were trying to lose, so they pulled Hurts out. So that's
for some reason it has him at 15 games, and I don't know why. So I think
because he got a carry.
Because
he got a carry, came in and got a play.
So that's
skewed.
Yeah,
skewing that game log up.
Very skewed up.
Squee-weed. You got to take the average of
just the good ones
when he was starting.
Just the real game
when he was starting.
So he was
not when he was.
Just 2 carries for a gadget player.
19, 37, 20, and 17.
Okay. So 4 games of 4 real games.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like 23 points per game. Where's that at?
That would have been way down here. He would have been in the top 10.
Yeah.
Still with all those running quarterbacks, and then Tommy.
Can't get rid of old Tommy.
Kirk and Matt Ryan are right on the edge. 19 and 18 points per game with those 2 guys.
All right, so that's right on the edge. What at the edge of what? 10, like 11, 12?
11 and 12. So those are the
what
QB1s.
is the 6 guy? What is number 6 average?
Number, like overall, the 6.
Yeah.
23.3.
So 5 more points a game than Matt Ryan and Kirk Cousins.
Mm-hmm.
And then what was that top guy?
And Stafford's down there. We would think his average is coming up, and we think
you would imagine
Cam's at 17. He had some stinkers in there, and I think his average could be up in the 20s.
Yeah, did you see that stat about the quarterbacks carries in the red zone? Cam doubled the second place guy.
Calling his own number.
Sure. Number 1, baby.
So sorry, I didn't have the averages clicked on the last one.
What are you doing?
The average is the 6th on average was still Russell Wilson at 23, and the top average was back to Dak at 27.
Yeah,
and then Roethlisberger, Kirk, and Matt Ryan are all right there, 18, and 19.
Right, so 5 points a game from 12 to 6.
Tommy's the only non-mobile quarterback, but the best in the pocket ever, maybe.
True, good point.
So, anyway, let's get out of here. Unless you guys want to talk about something else. Where did? Always interested to see where Michael Thomas goes. Where do you go?
I thought about it.
8th round, 8-7. That's a good value, right? You taking a shot on Michael Thomas in
the
redraft.
8th round. You got
to take those upside shots, right?
That's upside. That's up. Yeah, 8's okay.
Those upside shots.
5 or 6, you're giving up too much.
I like that. Middle of 8.
Mm-hmm. Feeling
that. I mean, there's not much. That 11th Kenny Gainwell. That's some good upside there.
11 Kenny G.
All right.
Appreciate y'all. If you're still with us, let me get that subby. Let me get a scribey.
Yeah, let me get a scribey for the vibe.
For the vibe?
Vibe check, 1 2 1
for the
2.
non-lie telling. For the
All right.
straight facts.
I'm on vacation next week, so if you're gonna see anybody, it's not gonna be me. See ya.
See ya.
Peace.